Liz Gilbert, author, philanthropist, and creative being, is quoted as saying, "Follow your curiosity. It will lead you to greater insight into where you are, where you're going, and how you can contribute to the world by asking curious questions." Curiosity is a catalyst, shines a light on what we know and what we desire to know more about. It is the spark that can light up our next right step. This course has sparked so much curiosity in me. I often left our Tuesday evenings together percolating on something someone said, a clip from a video that resonated with me, or an article or video that one of my colleagues shared. No wonder I had trouble sleeping on Tuesday nights. One thing I know is that the topic of globalization and the concepts and theories we were studying and discussing matter. This content and course has not only shone a light on understanding issues around the globe, it reminds me of my role in being a catalyst of change here at home. It has made me purposeful in understanding more so that I can use my platform and privileges to move the needle towards a kindness and inclusion and equity. The artifact of learning that I created shares deep insights and thoughts from three wonderful people: Rodger Ross, Jeannine Whitehouse, and Chauntel Baudu. The 3-episode podcast series gave me an opportunity to take conversations I have with people whom I trust and admire, the community I surround myself with, because in doing an issue as big and daunting as globalization, having community is critical for self-care and for being catalysts for change. Here's a short preview of some of the things that you will find and learn about in the podcast series I'm Curious About.
Jacquie wow, Jeannine Whitehouse, Dishnikashum, Crooked Lake, Miraval, Delish Medley, Lewikanan, Equa, Regina Doschin, Mo Fami, Shinikashawak, Pelche, Dejarle, Equa La Valley.
My name is Chauntel Baudu, and my social and economical positioning exists here on Treaty 4. And I want to acknowledge that I identify as a settler educator. And my treaty acknowledgement is different than some people's because I want to acknowledge that I grew up in a farming community. And so my family has lived and benefited economically off of Treaty 4 land for 2 generations, going on 3 generations.
And I can engage with your class, then that's when indigenization takes place. Then I can show you things that help you to understand that we've always had these things. We just didn't have the same names on it, right? You know, we just made this a part of our life. A word that's being passed around now that people are gravitating towards in the division is the Cree word wagotoan, which means kinship or relationship. But it's so much bigger than that because, you know, in the worldview, in the Indigenous worldview, in the Cree worldview, it's not just about me. It's not just you. It's about our relationship to everything around us. You know, without water, we don't live. Without air, we don't live. Without the sun, you know, shining, we don't live. You know, without our home fires, we don't live. You know, without Mother Earth and everything that she provides for us and sustains for us, we don't live.
I can't be in all places all at once. And so I have to create relationships. And that is the big part of everything I do. We have a beautiful word that we're embracing, wakotowin, meaning kinship. But deeper than that, kinship with everything.
I was so blessed and fortunate to be able to travel to different communities, to be able to sit with elders from all different nations and not just my own, which actually led me to spending time with my own elders here, you know, in what we know as Treaty 4 territory.
And you can't do this work without strong foundations in your relationships. So that wasn't advice I needed, but it was advice that maybe somebody needs. I was already doing it just because it's naturally who I am, but this work is difficult and messy, and it can go wrong, or it can stir the pot, or any of those cliches you want to use. And so with that being said, it's not if something, you know, gets rocky, it's when.
No, it's not. In order for us to survive as human beings, to have wagotoan, we have to have a kinship with each other.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Indigenous knowledge is going to save this planet. And if I don't lay that platform, lay the foundation on that platform for this to begin, to have these discussions, to bring you out of your comfort zone, then that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? And we're destined to fail. Humanity is destined to fail.
Yeah.
If we don't have these discussions now.
Together, through relationship, you can get through any rocky points. So maintain your relationships, make relationships, nourish your relationships. And this work it's not meant to do in isolation. That's like the opposite of the theoretical background of what this work is. It's about people, community, and relationships.
That is how I want everything that I do within the school division to move forward. It's important, especially when we ask people to move into a space of vulnerability, when we're asking them to reflect deeply on their morals and values and the things that they've learned growing up, that we allow people that space to be vulnerable and not be judged or criticized. And so when we look at anything to do with social justice and colonization and those kinds of pieces, those are very deep and sensitive pieces, both for Indigenous and non-Indigenous people. And so we have to find that space in between to have those conversations. Yeah.
Well, spirit is energy. And to be spiritual means that you're in tune to energy. And you're in tune to the ultimate energy. And to know that, there is something greater than us. We don't know what it is. We just know it's greater than us.
Yes.
So for my people, when we inherently draw on that, the dialogue changes.
Oh.
The conversation changes, but also so does the pain and the trauma. It changes too, because you learn to forgive. We never forget what's happened. We cannot afford to forget.
Yep.
We can forgive and love and being in touch with that energy, with the great spirit. Well, and that's what, for us in our language, Gichimanatu, right? The great mystery, right? We're into that mystery. And when you're searching for answers in that mystery, that's such a powerful relationship.
Thank you for watching the trailer for the I'm Curious podcast. To access full episodes, they can all be found on Spotify. To go directly to them, you can use the QR code that is on your screen right now, and it will take you right to the podcast page. Thank you so much for watching.